Hey, this is Nick F. Nelson, Brandprenuer.
Just gotta be me.
Hey, this is Nick F. Nelson, Brandprenuer, here to let you know your only competition is you. Each day, I speak to any number of corporate and/or business professionals or entrepreneurs that just need help getting noticed. I do this in the form of consults. Oftentimes, I do these consults while driving in my car. Last week, I had one such occasion where I was talking to a young lady, and she was just frustrated. She owns a consulting business and was looking for some advice because her competitors, who quite frankly, she said, did not have as much experience as she did, were getting work while she was not. I proceeded to ask my standard questions of, what is she doing to promote herself and how she's doing it? And she gave me the answer that I hear way too often. Well, Nick, I was busy doing the work. My answer was, don't be frustrated at them, be frustrated with you. Why? Because you are your only competition. Unfortunately, her scenario is not an uncommon one. As a matter of fact, you're watching me now, and that just may be yours. You're on your job. That person that doesn't do nearly as good a job, doesn't stay nearly as late as you do, doesn't work nearly as hard as you do, gets promoted. Their career is accelerating while yours stays stagnant. Or you're that business owner who's frustrated and feel that the market is very competitive and you don't know how to get yourself out there. Part of the reason why I even started this firm is because I noticed that there are remarkable individuals just like you who are quite frankly getting lost. Why? Because your mediocre counterparts, they're on Instagram Live, they're on Facebook Live, they're on social media, they're posting every single day, while you're doing the work. And at the end of the day, guess what? Mediocre wins. And you don't. One of the biggest questions I get is, Nick, why do you post so much? I literally post every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. My answer is, my audience or the person who needs me the most is not always on social media the same time that I am. The way these algorithms work, especially nowadays, quite frankly, if you're not consistent and on every single day, the person that needs me most won't find me. But you'll know who they'll find? The mediocre counterpart. They'll get lured in, and subsequently, mediocre wins, and they lose. The sooner you realize that you are your only competition, and you are the only reason why you're not going as far, as fast, or as further as some of your mediocre counterparts, the better. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to explain to you how to win the competition against you. The first thing you need to do to win the competition against you is to get out of your way. I know where my gifts are. I am a creative beast. What I suck at is administration and organization. Literally today, I'm having an all-day meeting where I'm getting my team together and we're looking at all of our processes and procedures so we can streamline. Why? Because I'm my competition. You're not. You're not my competition. If I'm not organized and don't follow up with people promptly, guess what? They'll overlook me and go to somebody else who's not as qualified. And at the end of the day, guess what? We both lose. That person loses because they didn't gain my expertise, and I lose because I missed out on an opportunity. You're not my competition. The same thing goes for you. Assess where your weak points are, and then get out of your way by putting people around you that can help fill in that gap. Get out of your way by realizing that yes, there are some issues that you have, and then proactively fix them. Don't give anyone a reason not to do business with you because you're remarkable and people need to know it. You're not my competition. Next, in order to win the competition against you, you have to constantly innovate. Part of the problem you have is that you're so damn predictable. You've been doing the same things the same way for years, while your competitors, your mediocre competitors, are consistently trying to innovate. Your competitors know your next move, and your potential prospects, they see that and are lured in by a shiny ball instead of the hard work, knowledge, and experience that you provide. Just like many of you out there, I'm trying to lose some weight. Anybody's ever worked with a trainer, that trainer will tell you that you have got to constantly switch it up. If you consistently do the same workout routine, your body acknowledges that. You might lose weight at first, but then you'll plateau. The same thing goes for your business. You've got to constantly figure out new and unique ways, innovative ways of doing things. That's what gets you noticed. Case in point, Beyonce. Recently, she performed at Coachella, which forever will be known as Baychella. She came out with an innovative performance nothing like they've ever seen before. And what happened? The entire world took notice. That's why she wins. She consistently innovates over and over again. You never know which direction she's going to come from. What about you? You're not my competition. Be innovative. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. That's what gets you noticed. The next thing is you have to understand what makes you different and then be able to articulate it. A few weeks ago, I was at a function and a colleague introduced me to one of her colleagues as a photographer. Wait a brand minute. I'm no photographer. I'm a brandpreneur. I help remarkable people, products, and organizations get noticed. I just so happen to take a mean headshot. Unlike most of my competition, I'm creative and analytical. I know how to use both sides of my brain. Oftentimes, many people who claim to be personal branding experts, they do a lot of talking and explaining around personal branding, yet they don't necessarily show you specifically how it's done, and in many instances aren't doing it themselves. That's just like you going to the doctor and them telling you that you need to lose weight and they're 300 pounds. What makes me different is I recognize my onlyness. I not only talk about it, but I do it. What's that one unique selling proposition, or USP, that you provide that differentiates you from everybody else? If you don't know what it is, figure it out and then tell somebody. I know there are many of you that feel uncomfortable talking about yourself. You're humble, and that's a great trait to have, just not in business, not now. Why? Because your mediocre competition is not. They're loud, they're big, they're bold, they're winning. You're not my competition, and neither are they yours. Because if you get out of your way, you continue to innovate, and you learn how to differentiate yourself by communicating your USP, you'll put that mediocre win to an end. Hey, this is Nick F. Nelson, and you've been watching The Brandprenuer. If you are remarkable and you just need help getting noticed, don't think you have to do it by yourself. Shoot me a direct message or send me an email at nick@brandprenuer.com, and let's talk about it. You take care.